Hello there and welcome to episode 2 of From Then to Now, where we got our second episode, Friday week 2 of January 1992 of WWF Superstars. 2 hours of TV tonight, all around the world, thanks to our very good TV deals. And so we've got a pretty big card today. We've got a number 1 contenders match, main eventing, as Money Inc. take on the New Foundation. We've got Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper both in singles action. We've got the Mountie in singles action against a local competitor. Plus we are going to hear, to open the show, we are going to hear from Ric Flair. I'm excited for this show. Where are we for this show? We are in the Wings Event Center in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's a much smaller venue. We're guaranteed to sell this thing out. And just check, we didn't quite sell out Milwaukee Auditorium last show. But if we don't sell out this, we are in big trouble because it's only a 5,000 seater. But it's somewhere else in the Great Lakes we can use. We're probably going to end up using all of these decent sized venues, including the Kellogg's in Michigan, unless there's another Michigan one. But either way, you'll probably use Dane County over Kellogg's. Oh wait, this is Michigan. We're in Michigan. Oh, we made a mistake here. We picked the wrong venue, but we're in Kalamazoo, not Kellogg's. Let's see what we can present to Kalamazoo. As I mentioned, we open the show with Ric Flair for an in-ring promo. And he's cutting this promo about how he is going to win the Royal Rumble. No matter what number he draws, they can put whatever obstacles in front of him they want. You cannot stop the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Gets interrupted by Sid Justice first, who's basically being the babyface still at this point. He hasn't turned yet. Despite the fact in what happened in real life, Hogan was definitely the heel. But Sid comes out still as the babyface and pretty much says that Ric Flair can run through whoever he wants. He will not get through Sid Justice because justice comes for all. Hogan comes out and pretty much dismisses Justice. He just sort of walks straight past him and starts going on at Flair. So yeah, we are going to keep the Hogan Justice feud, but it's not going to be the Mania main event. It's probably not even going to be the Mania match. But it's just a decent... I think it's actually going to be a really good feud. So, 99 rating. I mean, they're all great promos in this segment. Sid may have half the brain you do, but you can still cut a damn good promo, especially in 92. Our opening match sees the Natural Disasters team up basically just to toy with their food for 7 minutes and then squash Brian Costello and Chris Walker, 2 local talents. It's going to be, well, not local, they're actually employed by us, but 2 enhancement talents. There's going to be a lot of more squashy matches in the undercard, and then we're going to have 2 competitive matches for the main event and the semi-main, which in today is the tag number 1 contender and the Hogan match. But 30 for Costello, 13 for Walker. If we can get, I mean, Costello looks like a much better enhancement talent than Walker does, because I think 13 is too low, even for an enhancement guy. Earthquake gets 66, Typhoon with a 51. Not too bad for Tenta and Ottman. 49 rating. Great stuff. Savage and Roberts, of course, they've been feuding since the wedding at SummerSlam. And Savage challenging Roberts for a match at the Royal Rumble. On pay-per-view, we're going to have Savage versus Roberts. 100 rating. Well, because they're both great promos. It's Randy Savage and Jake Roberts. You may not understand everything they say, but you're captivated by it. Next match. A little bit of a... I don't know what to call this one. It's a bit of a wrapping up loose ends, I guess, because Colonel Mustafa and General Adnan, their contracts are coming up. And I am not intending on renewing him. I love Sheiky Baby, but I am not intending on renewing his contract, and especially not Adnan. So basically we're just going to give him a little tag team match against two other people who they used to be aligned with, and they're just going to get beaten by them. Yeah, we're going to have Slaughter and Volkov just beat them in 5 minutes. Slaughter makes Adnan tap out to the Cobra Clutch. Slaughter's back to being babyface. Volkov's a babyface at the moment, which I don't remember, but we'll work with. Gets a 55 rating, 65 for Slaughter, 45 for Volkov, 51 for Mustafa actually. So Sheiky Baby is one of the high performing guys in this match. Maybe we do keep Sheik around. Maybe we just get rid of Adnan and we have Sheik as sort of a mid-card enhancement. Like he's a babyface getting out of the undercard, say. He's a great anti-American figure to have. Interesting, but 55, pretty darn good. Bossman gets a match against Skinner. Again, it's pretty much one-sided. Well, everyone always knows the result, but we can let Skinner get a bit more action in, as he's actually somebody who I actually think might have a little bit of something. A little push, maybe, in a couple of months' time as a mid-card heel. Maybe a random IC title shot. But 65, 69 for Bossman, 49 for Skinner. That's well above his pop, so there is definitely potential there. We then get the Mountie coming out. We've got a local talent in the ring, Peter Motts. Now this is technically 5 months before the guy who plays Peter Motts, Perry Saturn, made his televised debut as an enhancement talent. But he's been wrestling on the very small scale since 1990 apparently. So we're bringing him in as he was local to the area. Might as well bring him in. He's someone who we probably will end up signing at some point. It'll be cool to kind of have this sort of to look back on, similar to like those old clips of like Jeff Hardy or the Hardy Boys, Edge, the Kid, as that when they were enhancement talent. But the Mountie runs down Motts and then beats him in 3 minutes. Of course, Motts gets a little hope spot, which has he's billed as the hometown guy. He's from Ohio, but we're going to pretend he's not. Kayfabe it. We're going to kayfabe the crap out of it. He's from this area. He gets a bit of a hope spot, which hopefully the crowd reacts to. And, of course, Mountie's just going to lock him in the Quebec crab. It's a 38. It's a pretty awful thing. But a 30 for Motts, which is... because considering his pop is in the single digits, that's not too shabby. 65 for the Mountie, not too bad. And the Mountie after the match keeps on beating down on Motts. He is trying to make a point that people from here are stupid and only a Canadian can truly dominate. And well, it's a Canadian who answers him, as Peter Motts is saved by Bret Hart. Bret Hart comes down and makes the save, runs off the Mountie, who of course, as Bret's a Canadian, he's actually scared of him. Gets a 65 rating, not too shabby. Roddy Piper gets a quick match of 67, that's not quite what I was hoping for, to be honest. I was hoping he'd be in the 70s, or the 80s even. It's a shame that he is only 67. But he puts the Brooklyn Brawler to sleep in just over 5 minutes. Brawler, decent enhancement guy, we'll keep him around. 51 rating, pretty good stuff. We then get an interview backstage. Dean Oakland is interviewing Bret Hart, and Hart challenges the Mountie for the go-home show for the Royal Rumble, the 4th of January. I would challenge it for next week, but I've got another match planned for these guys next week, which I can't tell you due to spoilers. But 75, decent interview segment. Gene, it's always handy to have around. He's very good on the microphone, so that's... And we get our first of our two competitive matches. It's Hogan versus Haku. Haku was really off his game, which is a shame because I actually gave him a shot at Hogan. Hogan was nowhere near Flair, was about the same level as Bret, which for the pop Hogan has is terrible. So, I know he's our thumbnail guy at the moment, which he will be until after the Rumble. But, oh, Hogan, please, man. Yeah, do you have to be that under your pop? I hope he can improve in ring. I doubt it. In ring was never Hogan's specialty, especially in this era where your sort of cap is a lot younger. But he's got a lot of pop, so we may have to just end up using Hogan as a gateway into the main event. Similar to how like Bubba's being used in All Japan around this same time. It's a 70 rating though. So it's one of our best matches we've had, but we are very early in this save. I think when we do come, like, say, 1 year into this save, to look at our top 100, I don't think this match is going to be there. And I think Hogan himself might not be there much. It's going to be the Brets, the Flairs, probably the Shawns. We haven't seen Shawn Michaels yet. But they're going to be the people who I think are going to be dominating that list. And so our main event gets a 67, so not much worse than the Hogan match. And Ted DiBiase ratings-wise wasn't much worse, as Money Inc. defeat the New Foundation in 1630, when Ted makes Owen tap out to a Cobra Clutch. The money log, whatever you want to call it, the money clip. Gets a 67. 77 for Ted. Owen and Jim don't work as a team, which is quite sad, to be honest. Because they're going to be teaming at least once more. Or, well, maybe not in tag team action, though. Because after the match, the teams keep on fighting. They keep on brawling. And Bret Hart comes out to join his brother and his cousin. I think he's a cousin? As such. The Mountie comes out on the other side. And we get a big 6-man brawl. Which means next week, one of our two major matches is going to be the Hart Foundation versus Money Inc. and the Mountie in a 6-man tag team match, and that sounds like a lot of fun. We did sell out the Wing Center, and again, 10 down, 23 up. It's these American regions. We probably are going to shrink at one point. And then we'll settle. Because that's the thing, it's not like we're getting bad matches. We're just not able to get, or bad cards. We're just not able to get to the level of the card which we need to gain and maintain pop in these American regions right now. Which, to be fair, at the start of a game is difficult to do with any company. The fact that we're getting 76, mid to high 70s, I think is to be applauded. But that's the show. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.